Hi, people. How are you? I am stuck in a very hot building with no air conditioning, so I might have a little less energy than I usually do. Let's see. I'm just going to wait until we get some people here. And hi, Bill. How's it going? Bill, the air conditioning in my apartment went out. It's like 10,000 degrees. It's so gross. Hi, Miriam and Syria. How are you? Hi, hi, hi. So, guys, I'm doing a brief live broadcast tonight because um, I agreed to coach a teen entrepreneurship group. They have their pitch coming up, and I really was looking forward to doing this. However, hey, Keisha. However, the air conditioning went out in my apartment. I just got home. It's 86 degrees in my apartment, and I don't know if they're going to come fix it or not. So it's very hot, and it's hotter outside, so I can't even open the windows um, to let air circulate. So I am unusually low energy, and I wanted you to understand why that is. So hello, why don't you guys say hello? I'm just waiting for Selin from Turkey to join me, and I will answer her questions and give her some coaching.
Hello, I'm here finally.
Hello, how are you?
I'm a little bit tired. How are you?
The same. And hot.
Yeah, this is also very hot in here.
I know. The dorms don't have air conditioning, which is insane.
Yeah, insane.
It seems like cruel. It's cruelty. Students
Yeah.
should not be punished. Oh my gosh. And especially in this country, like we've got air conditioning everywhere except for students where they live. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So, everybody who's here, Muhammad Umair says, why is it so hot here? We're having a serious heat wave, and my air conditioning broke. And I just got home, and it's almost as hot inside as it is outside. So, it's making me very tired, and I'm sure you guys are also. Right, Celine?
Yeah.
You look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you. It's just
Yeah, I've seen you twice ever in my life. No, once. Well, this is the second time. Yeah. So, hi, Tony Clark. Hi, Muhammad Omer. He says, I thought only Pakistan was hot in the summers. Oh, no, my friend. Boston in the summertime is nuts.
Yeah. While I
Yeah.
was coming here, I thought it would be rainy and cold and cloudy, but
Mm-mm.
now it's like sauna.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It gets hot and humid here. It's crazy. Okay. So Mohammed Fayez says, he says, welcome. We're waiting for tips, which Amy's going to give Seelan. Oh, Mohammed Fayez, you're in Spain. It's hot there. So, hi everybody. Thank you for being here. Now that we've got Seelan here, we can do a little coaching. Yes, I think I'm going to take a hot shower after I'm done here, for sure. Actually, I know it. Um, so, Seelan, this is your hour, my dear. What can I do
Okay.
for you? How can I help you get ready for your
Uh,
pitch?
okay, so let me first talk a little bit about our idea,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can keep forward.
Awesome.
So our idea is mainly focusing on developing a drone system that enables people to get the help they need in time. Uh, in cases like natural disasters or terrorist attacks, usually people are unable to get the help they need in time because of the lack of resources or
Yeah.
traffic stocks, and because people are trying to get away from the city, and
Yeah.
because of facts like this people are unable to get the help they need. And we looked up for some statistics, and we find out that only 5.8% of injuries are actually getting the help they need on time. uh,
What
so
percentage? What percentage?
5.8. Only 5.8% of injuries are getting the help they need.
Where? Where in the world is that statistic from?
It's actually US. Yes. So like in case of a
5%
natural
here?
yeah, in case of a natural disaster, there are approximately 68,000 injuries, but natural disaster medical system is only able to deal with 5,000 patients in one day, no more than that. So
Oh
we
my
thought
gosh.
we thought this is a very important problem, and we wanted to focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, like our team members are coming from Japan, Bulgaria, and I'm from Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
In Turkey, in 2016 and in 2015 and 2016, there
Mm-hmm.
were lots of terrorist attacks, and almost every single day there was some bomb explosion in some part of country, including the capital city where I live in Ankara.
Yeah.
And I survived from one of those explosions with 1 hour delay. If I was there 1 hour, 1 hour later than I should,
Oh my
um,
God.
yeah, I could have lost my life, and I lost a friend in that explosion.
Oh,
So yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
I truly believe that this problem is ridiculous, and we really want to solve this, and we decided to develop a system that uses drones and a GPS bracelet to detect your place. So here's how it goes. We're offering a GPS bracelet you can enable when there's an emergency situation. And our drones are flying over to the emergency area, and since we know your spot, we're detecting you with our camera, and we're looking at you as if you're okay, if you're injured, or what's the situation, and
Mm-hmm.
figuring that out. And we're carrying some med- we're some carrying some medical kits and food and the things people might need for survival, longer survival, and putting those materials in a place that most people can get the most
Mm-hmm.
benefits. So this is our plan right now. We already have some traction. I came to this program, Future Hack, with scholarship. A company called Havasan, who is working with government and building some drone systems to work with terrorists back in Turkey, paid for me to come here. And before I come here, they wanted me to tell them about what I've done in here. And
Yeah.
now we decided to work in a project that might be interesting for them. So I texted someone from Havasan, and they're really willing to listen to us. Um, and this is what we've done until this time, probably.
Wow. Celine, can I just interrupt for a moment?
Of course.
Would you tell whoever's watching how old you are?
I'm just 17, maybe 16. I'm not sure. The age depends.
You don't know?
Yeah, it's like let's say 17. Yeah, 17.
Okay. It's really interesting that you say that because I have a friend who was also born in Ankara
Uh-huh.
who he was born during an earthquake. So his birthday that's
Mhm.
recorded isn't his actual birthday.
Yeah, I know. It happens. My
Yeah.
mother's situation is
So I'm
also
sorry.
similar. Also,
I wanted to give our viewers and what's that? Say that again.
I didn't say anything. Amy, can you hear me?
Yeah. No.
I didn't say anything.
It's
I'm
a little
sorry.
better now.
Okay, okay. I was just listening to you. It's just noise.
Oh, okay, okay. So I wanted to tell the viewers that you are under 18. You're here from
Yeah, I
Turkey,
remember.
and in your case, this is the first example that I've heard of through the Future Hack program where someone is building a program that has practical application at home, and you're already connected to a group who's interested in this. So when I met you, Celine, I felt like I need to stay connected to this young woman. She's incredible. And now I know part of why. I'm sure there's a lot more. But first of
Thank you
all, I
so much.
just want to say, yeah, of course. I want to say that this is, you're developing an emergency response system. And that is remember my talk? Of course, you remember my talk. I was talking about social impact and
Yes.
how we all exist to take care of each other.
Yes.
I'm amazed by you. I'm impressed with you. And I love that this is connected to something else that's also happening with more people. And they want to know what you came up with. So just based on what you've said so far, I have some thoughts to give you. But why don't you go ahead and tell me the rest of it now that the audience knows how old you are? And yeah.
Okay, so actually, like, there's not much to say right now. I already built a drone back in Turkey, so I know how to do that. We already
Okay.
have a recognition system that enables us to detect people. So, and I also worked on a GPS bracelet before. So, like, right now, what we need to do is just combining those technologies together and building a system working. Our most important problem is the infrastructural problems, because these drones should be staying in a center in a city. Let's say Ankara. Ankara is suffering from lots of terrorist attacks. But these drones should be able to go to any part of city if necessary, and then country, and then we should be making it bigger and bigger. There are some infrastructural
Yeah.
problems about this because drones are not able to fly for long hours. In the best situation, they can
Right.
fly for 1 hour at best, or 1.5, no more than that. So this is a very short time period for us to work. So right now we are trying to focus on real lifetime. How does a real lifetime circle occurs, so that we can figure out where exactly do we make the drones work, and how do we send help, and what's the most efficient way. Because when I go back to Turkey, to Havelsan, I will be pitching to them, and I really want to go over there with a strong information about what I'm doing, because they're already working on lots of systems like this, and I have been there before. I have worked with them before, and I have seen in front of my eyes that they are buying systems like this. It's not for selling. I'm not into money, but I want to make this thing work, and I want to see this thing working outdoors if something happens. So I don't think I can do this on my own, because I'm just a 70-year-old. I'm not even allowed to do stuff like this yet, but they can help. And
Yes.
right now, what we probably need to focus on is that getting more and more answers about our mind, like leg parts, and preparing a very, very good pitch, which is also very important.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. So let me give you some initial thoughts and feedback, and then we can go a little bit deeper with your questions. So number one, my, oh my gosh, I think my air conditioning just turned on.
This is so good. I'm glad it works.
God!
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Let's give it a minute. The fan kicked on. So, number one, why the bracelets? Why
Main
not
reason
just
is that
everybody has a phone?
yeah,
Yeah,
we
go
wanted to
ahead.
do this because in a case of explosion, there all like usually back in Turkey there are two situations. First, the communication system usually collapses because when an explosion happens, everyone's calling each other and you cannot reach someone. And you're like, it's not about only calling or texting to someone. It's also about the data traffic. It's so
Yes.
so harsh that you might not be able to connect with people at the very right time. We're thinking about were you saying something, Amy?
No, go right ahead.
Okay, so we're still thinking about creating a mobile application and a website that maybe your relatives have access to your account, and if you're okay or if you're not, they can see it from that platform. But this is definitely the next step. Right now, we're not focusing on that because first, it makes things much more complicated legally, and second, if you when you try to build a mobile application, you're assuming that everyone's phone will be available in case of an emergency. But let's say there was an earthquake and you're not able to reach your phone. What's gonna happen then? Or
Right.
like let's say there was an explosion and you broke your phone. What's gonna happen then?
Yeah.
So what we really want to do is that um, offering something that you can always wear and looks also like a watch or something like that, so people are not feeling like a book like 1984. And
Right.
also, like, if there's something wrong going on, um this is like definitely should be known. Our policy probably will be like, if there's an emergency, we will give some time for people to enable their bracelets. But
Mm-hmm.
if there's a certain area that is in danger, we will have remote control on those bracelets. So if there's something wrong out there, and if you're passed out or if you're unable to, enable your bracelet, we can have access to it and we can still know your place. But all these things require very, very serious legal agreements between the customers and companies. So I
Right.
don't know, like the more you add specs, the more complicated it becomes. It's probably the
Yeah.
most challenging part of this project, the legal part.
Of the piece. Yeah. So I have a couple of ideas.
Uh-huh.
Consider these.
Do you mind
So
if I just
basically, you want to make sure that
take a
every
pen and
person.
type it down?
Oh, please, yeah, go get it. Absolutely. Take your time. Set the phone down. It's fine. Okay, I'll just talk to the audience. So Mohammed Umar says, I can make a website for you in the second step. Wow, that's so nice, Muhammad. Um, I know my air conditioning just clicked on. I'm I feel air moving. I don't feel cool yet. So let's give it a minute. So for those of you who just joined, I'm talking with a young woman from Turkey. And her name is Seelan. Seelan is incredible. She is involved in the Future Hack program, and she is working with a team of fellow students from around the world, Japan, and I can't remember where she said her other, Hungary?
Bulgaria.
Hungary. Okay, close. Uh, so she and her other teammates are working on a solution for disaster emergency response. How do you get water or medical supplies to people during or immediately after an earthquake? And what her team has come up with is drones to drop off whatever is needed. So what we're talking about right now is the GPS uh, feature of this, right? We need to be able to know where the people are who are experiencing the emergency. So right off the bat, if this were me and you were pitching to me, I would say, why only bracelets? So why not, offer a selection of things that people will be likely, first of all, to wear every day. So let them do bracelets. Maybe, make them out of, put like a charm on them, or make them real sterling silver. Just something that makes the person feel like, this is something that I would wear every day. Also give people the option of something really inexpensive, right? But
Uh-huh.
why not also a necklace and possibly a ring? But
Yeah,
beyond just the jewelry, my thought is, why not cell phone cases? So right now I'm looking at my cell phone and it has a protective case around it. And that means even if there's a disaster and my phone gets crushed and it doesn't work, the case is still on it.
yeah.
And the GPS device could still be in the case. It's not something I have to download. It's not a legal issue. You guys have to deal with cell phone companies or whatever. It's
Mhm.
literally just a structural design. Can you fit it into the cell phone case? and make it.
This is a very very good idea. I'm not sure about necklace and ring, to be honest, because when I talked about bracelet, I was actually talking about something like a smartwatch. But the
Okay.
smartwatch case is like really good because you're always carrying it around with you, but you will not feel like you're carrying something, even
Right.
though if it's just a bracelet or like a band or a smartwatch.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this, but it's like a horror movie. Unfortunately, this is the truth, but it's like a horror movie, and like you always have to be, wear something to be found if you really want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Like
And
this.
with the cell phone case, you can make it so that someone can, on the inside of the cell phone case, facing the phone, people can write their name and emergency contact information. And, any medical information that they need to share, it's all right there. Not inside the technology, but literally inside that object they are carrying all the time. And then maybe you can make a design on the back of it that has the Red Cross or the Red Crescent that says, please look inside this case.
Yes, yes, okay. This is a very good idea. Thank you for the insight. This is a very, very,
Hey,
very
of
good idea.
course. I miss doing this. Like I told you guys, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of kids. And I'm an idea person. Like all I do is come up with ideas. So this is just a great way for me to just like, boom, let me give them to you guys.
This is so nice.
If you do that, I want to know because I think it's brilliant. Because everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
Everybody. And the cell phone case versus the bracelet, that does allow for that handwriting part where you can put information in it.
Yeah, you're right.
But
you're right.
so
Really.
the overall concept, okay, so we're kind of getting into here's the solution for how we find the people in the disaster. And think about it. So if it's an earthquake and everybody's in a building, emergency response knows to go to that building, but they don't know the exact location inside the building where the person is. That's why they use search dogs.
Yeah.
But if their cell phone has a GPS device and actually contains the emergency information with their name, then that answers all the questions that the emergency responders need instantly. Uh-oh. I think she did that accidentally. I'll bring you back in, Seelan. So let me just double check. Yep, Seelan, you have to set it up again so that I can invite you in. Mohammed Umair. Okay, Umair. He says we can make a case for every design of phone. Yeah, you'll have to make... There aren't that many phones these days. That's the really kind of crazy thing. There's pretty standard phones out there. And, okay, Seelan, I'm inviting you in. And depending on, where you are. Hi!
I'm sorry, it was accident.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I saw your finger and you were gone. I think it was an accident. So Umair just asked a question. He said, so you have to make one for every cell phone design? And I'm saying yes.
Yeah,
probably. Give people the option. Either the cell phone case or the bracelet. So options. And make them as affordable as you can. And yeah, there really are like probably less than a dozen major cell phone standard phones that are used everywhere. You'd have to do that research.
Yeah.
But you could do that.
For now, probably for the first step, we will be focusing on bracelet because it's not more basic, like you don't have to make variations of that. It's just one piece. And first focus is just make the whole thing work and see if it can be used in a certain environment. Let's say like in Turkey, back in Turkey, I know that the company I will go and talk is making some experiments to see if they can actually use that systems in a situation that was not expected. They're creating some simulations and they're putting the systems and like real people, like real life simulations. And the soldiers are coming and trying the products and see if it actually works. Yeah. And like I don't know, this system is like a little bit more complex than probably sounded like. First, first step is to make it work, and if we can make it work, we can definitely make a cell phone, case. But like even I have actually like a lot of doubts about this thing because it's the like I said, it's really complicated, and I will need a lot of help to make this become a real
Yeah.
product.
Oh
So
yeah, you need a
yeah.
team, sweetie. Yeah, you definitely need a team, and you will. I mean, this is a global issue. So there's a comment here from Mason Hajar, who is okay. You're Tennessee, right, Mason Hajar? He's from Syria, and I'm just looking at his comments. Yes, Mason, we do have to combat the negativity, the darkness, the hatred. Absolutely. But what we need to be simultaneously doing is finding ways um, to reach people. And I love this. And, you know, this is how the process goes. We talk through what's possible. And, you know, here's the thing. Don't even worry about the whole cell phone design thing, because this is the type of thing that you would go to Apple, go to Samsung, go to HTC and say, this is what we want to build. This is a no-brainer for you to invest and provide cases for your like
Right.
6 most recent phone versions, and just help us make them available to everyone. So, you know, when you stand up and when you pitch, and I know you guys don't have a lot of time, so you don't get a lot of feedback. So I'm here for you as long as you want. But just have these additional ideas, because the additional idea, like you're thinking, well, cell phone cases, I'd have to, you know, we'd have to figure out a lot of different designs, but think bigger, because this is such a big thing that you're building. You know, you could go to the UNHCR, UN Human Rights Commission.
Really?
This is something, yeah, oh yeah, this is something that they would be interested in. Then you've got every UNHCR emergency response location around the planet could be distributing the bracelets and bringing in this technology, this drone technology. And I have another thought. Once you do that, once you have your distribution, because you'll start out, you'll run a pilot, you'll just try it in Turkey.
Yeah.
You'll run a pilot, you'll work on building it with your team, and you'll connect with other people in other disaster and terrorist prone places to try and find some solutions. But the distribution is always going to be bigger than your team.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
definitely.
what was my other thought? See, I do this. I have 7 thoughts at once. But yeah, so, oh, the other thought was, you know, these disaster relief aid organizations would be the ones to distribute the bracelets and the cell phone cases. Beyond that, your team is going to have to be a really technical team and do a lot of research with the disaster aid agencies to find out what are our options for doing drops. Like, you'll have to know how much weight can a drone carry. It's not a lot, you know. So how can you do this? How can you actually offer value? Because it's not like you're going to be dropping cases of water. I don't think a drone can carry a case of water, and even so, that's 12 bottles. So, you know, what is, and my other thought is you can work with the disaster aid agencies to find out and add this into your design model. Where can you send your drone? Like, if it's getting down to 20% battery, can you send it to recharge somewhere in that local area? And then just once it's charged back up to 100%, put it back to work. Is it, you know, what are the lightweight things that it can carry? Hey, Julia, how are you? Yeah, Julia just echoed my comment. She said, think big, go to the United Nations and make a deal for them to distribute. Yeah, the bracelets. Yep, exactly. What you're doing, hey, Kent Downing, how are you doing? What you're doing is amazing. Hi, Helen Lee. I'm just scrolling up. Hi, Sandy Carrier. So you I knew it. I knew there was a reason you and I clicked instantly. You and I have to think really big, and it gets overwhelming because you think you have to do it all yourself. You don't. What you do have to do is believe in your vision and just keep looking for people who get it 100% and want to be part of building it. And you've already got the first piece, this group in Turkey who sent you here, right? So I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Hi, Leila. I want to see. Umair is saying that you can attach more batteries of lightweight. Hey, Julia's saying it's 110 in Los Angeles right now. Yeah, it's crazy. I saw a map of the entire globe, and everything was above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Everything was above that except for Iceland. it was
I'm
it
coming
was
right
like,
away. Just gonna take my charger.
oh yes, that's fine. All right, what other comments do you have there, guys? Thank you for watching. So Nomi, how are you? Nomi. He says, I'm from Pakistan. I'm searching for my passion for a long time. Excuse me, but fail, also leave 3 jobs. What would you say? How can I find out what's in my blood? Hey, you're already doing it. By trying and failing, you're ruling things out. You know what is not your passion. So think of something that's different from that. I have some videos on my YouTube channel, Noman, that you can watch. And I'm sure you can find some other videos. But it's really, you have to ask yourself, what would you like to do for the rest of your life if nobody paid you? That's how you find your passion. Okay? And that's a great question. Noman, are you a member of my classroom? I would like you to post that question in my classroom so that I and other mentor teachers can respond to it and we can have a conversation. Because today this is about coaching Celine and helping her get ready, not just for her pitch, but for the fact that she's building this for in reality. Celine, are you there?
Yeah, here I am. I'm still here.
Okay. I don't know if you heard me, but my phone overheated.
Yeah,
I
I
went
see. I see. Yeah. I heard it.
I went to the freezer. I got, I got a package of frozen brownies that my mother made.
Creative
And
solutions, like, why not?
yeah, see, that's how you know you're an innovator and an entrepreneur. So my phone can be as warm as it would like because it's sitting on a block of ice right now. So, my dear, let's continue. I don't remember where we were, but why don't you
Um,
remind?
you were talking about a recharging system that can
Yes,
be used together with rescue operations.
yes. So, and someone had a comment, I think, it doesn't matter who, but someone had a comment that the drones could actually carry spare batteries.
Yes, yes,
So my,
I was about to talk about that. So, drones are actually able to carry almost 50 kilograms if you build one. Like, it's just about dimensions and the material you use. The stronger motors you use and the more motors you use, you can carry more weight, but it
okay,
requires more energy. So, actually, technically, you can do something like this if there's an emergency situation in an area and you have sent some drones to rescue people, the drone
okay,
actually might be carrying its own battery in that package. And
good.
if it's done and if it needs to land it, you can just change the battery and it's not a very complicated thing. You're just like it's just like plugging your phone plugging your phone or something like that.
Right, okay. And forgive me, I will hold the phone up in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good. Um, so I think what would be good for you for the plan that you have and for your pitch is to have a couple different solutions. Because in the real world, judges have a lot more or not judges, investors have a lot more time to pull apart your concept. So you would want to have multiple solutions for the batteries, okay?
Mhm.
And so that's a good one. And you'll have to make sure that you put instructions right on it.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
you know, do whatever, change this battery, here's how, make it so that it's written in a couple of languages that are appropriate for the disaster area, and that it's actually illustrated for people who can't read.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, and I know you're doing this in real life, so that's why I really want to give you these suggestions to go deeper with this.
Mhm.
And Celine, the reason you're looking up at me right now is because I'm sharing this in a couple of places, because we did have a lot of people actually watching us.
Yeah, okay.
So what else are you thinking right now?
I'm actually a little bit worried. I want to talk about the pitch a little bit if you don't
Okay.
mind, because I am suffering from a lot of social anxiety.
Oh,
Um, so when I go in front of judges and when I start talking, I feel like my hands are shaking and my head is spinning and I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm very nervous. I don't know what I'm doing and stuff
mm-hmm,
like this. So I'm trying to overcome this, and my pitches are getting better and better as the time goes by, and the
mm-hmm,
more I practice. But still, like the mental part is not working properly, and I'm still getting
mm-hmm.
so nervous. I cannot even breathe. So, do you have any suggestions for someone like me to go and still do a very beautiful pitch to impress everyone?
Yes. Yes, I do. PJ, entrepreneur, I want you to meet an amazing young entrepreneur who is going places. And Celine, I will introduce you to PJ. He's actually one of the other mentor teachers in my classroom.
Mhm.
PJ, Celine is at Future Hack right now, and she's doing a concept with her team, but she has actually been sent from Turkey to work on this. She's one of the slightly older kids in the program. She's 16, 17, and she's taking all of this home and she's very serious about it because she has personally experienced disaster in Ankara, in Turkey, where she's from. So, PJ, I just wanted to stop for a minute and say that this is someone you and I are going to take under our wings. Okay, we're really going to help her. You got that? I just recruited you, PJ. Okay, and um, Mason Hajar says you have his thumbs up. Yeah, you're gonna get lots of support from this. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna have my assistant link these two videos together tomorrow and repost them, so that you have all of this, so that there's a record that you can keep for yourself and take back home, and for other people to learn as well. Hi, Megat. How are you? Megat, I, first of all, I've just wanted to talk to you for a long time. But this young woman is a real life young entrepreneur. She's 16, 17 years old. She's from Turkey. She has lived through disasters there. And I would love it if both you and your husband, Michael, would let's get connected. Let's help her, because she's building a drone system that will respond to GPS devices that people will have. They'll either wear as bracelets, or they'll have on the cases on their phones or in phone apps, where drones will be able to take in emergency supplies where people aren't able to go. So we're talking through all of that right now. And we got to the battery issue on the drones. So we've talked through that a little bit. So we've talked about the recharging. We've talked about carrying extra batteries. Did you have other ideas or solutions for this?
A battery system?
Yeah.
Like the to be honest, the other solutions probably will require some infrastructural requirements.
Yeah.
So if you want to charge that drone in a different way, you have like you can either change the battery, you can either take the battery and change it, like
Hmm.
charge it in somewhere else and put it,
Yeah.
or you might have a station that drone can land and charge itself and
Yeah.
keep flying. But like especially the last one requires so much infrastructure that we don't have back in Turkey right now. That if we try to focus on that, it will probably take years to build a system that will be working efficiently like that. So
Have you guys? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
remotely changing the batteries or charging them is the best solution as far as I can see right now.
Okay.
There's also like wireless charging stuff, but they're not. I don't really know much about them, to be honest. I haven't worked with those systems. I need to take a look.
Okay. Well, so kind of right off the bat, I feel like I don't know if your research has included Elon Musk and the Boring Company. The Boring Company is his new company. So it seems like Elon Musk would be working on improving drone power. So right now we know that the batteries don't last very long, but has somebody figured out solar powered drones, for backup battery? So I want you to look into Elon Musk's technology, because this does seem like one of the things he would want to work on. So PJ's in Shenzhen, China, and he's a serial entrepreneur. All he's done is create new things. He says parts and technology for drones come from Shenzhen, China. So he's a good person for you to connect with for sure on that front. I had another.
I can add something about solar panels, by the way.
Yeah.
Facebook was working on it just 1.5 years ago, probably. I was really into the like drones that would work with solar panels, and there's a little problem about that. The solar panels are not usually generating enough power to, power the drone system. So they had to make it 35 meters long wings to generate enough electricity from solar panels. They're probably still working on it. To be honest, I haven't taken a look at their work since back then. But the last suggestion was not,
Well, yeah. I mean, that technology will come.
Yeah, will come. It will come.
So, sign up for whatever newsletter or just subscribe to everything you can so that you can stay on top of that technology.
Yeah.
And PJ, can you help us with that? Can you put some resources right now in the comments that she can look into? Because guys, remember, she's not just doing this for a project. So I have some of my own former students who've gone through this. And sometimes when you're a student, you think this is just a project. Ceylin is doing this for real, for people in Turkey, and she wants to make sure that people in disaster areas, disaster-prone, terrorist attack-prone areas, that they have this technology. So she already has a group of people in Turkey who have funded her travel. I'm saying that because I know we've got some new people watching. So Mason says, ask the experts. There is always a way to pool. Yes. So this is the other thing. You want to look for people who are trying to solve this problem already. And you want to find out who is working on this, who has some technology, who has been piloting it. And the good news is you already know where those areas are, right? Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, I don't think there are people in Syria doing it, but I would imagine that, like you and this group, you are doing it in Turkey.
Yeah.
So what are some other places where there would be teams that are working on this? Earthquake-prone areas, certainly. Mm-hmm. So you could look at...
there are some companies in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Ring of Fire, do you know the Ring of Fire? It's pretty much around the Pacific Ocean. Japan, the coast, Russia goes up to Alaska, and then down the west coast of Canada, west coast of the United States, west coast of South America. Mm-hmm. So all of those areas have earthquakes.
So yeah, this is a good idea. Right now, I just remember something. In September, I will be probably traveling to Japan because the Future Hack session continues out there for a month. And I have some connections out there who are working on some, facial recognition systems. They don't have much to do with us, but there's something like this. So right now, with our system, we are only able to detect if there's a human or not. and they're able to detect faces. So if we can make it work back in Turkey, then we can have a meeting with them. And if we can have a meeting
Mm-hmm.
with them, then we can move into DJI, because DJI
Yeah.
not unable to make the thing we are doing right now, because they're only focusing on very small drones that are unable to carry any package around. Like it would, if we can make it work, I believe like it would be very relatively easy to expand it. But yes, we'll see what's gonna happen.
That's amazing. So I know you asked a question about the pitch, and this is what I want to say.
Yeah.
You just did a beautiful job of telling me what you just told me about Japan and the other people who are doing it. So it's literally you having that same level of confidence in yourself. Hold on a second. All right. Okay. It's just you knowing what you know and having faith in yourself that you'll be able to answer the questions. You'll be able to tell this story. And I will tell you, and if other members of your team watch this,
Mhm.
which they probably won't because they probably don't have time, you, more than any other member of your team, care about this and have it in your heart. And this actually answers someone asked a question earlier. He said he's had 3 jobs and he doesn't like them and he left them all. To find your passion, what is that thing that you think about all the time, that you work on? And right now, what Celine is doing, she found her passion. And her passion might take several different forms throughout her life. But right now, the really big story is she wants to help people who are stuck in a disaster. She just wants to help people. Right now, she's thinking about the technology, the resources, giving people access, and finding ways to bring the solutions, the medical response to the people, right? 10 years from now, she might be working for the UN doing something. The point is, this is a 16-year-old girl, young woman, halfway around the country, or halfway around the world from home. Yeah. Doing a program and taking it seriously because she's going to go home and do it. You guys understand what I'm saying? So, hey, there's Calvin Harvey. Calvin was in my classroom. He did this with me years and years ago. So, Calvin, this is Celine, who I'm talking to, and she's asking how can she get the confidence to deliver her pitch? How can she overcome the fear and the anxiety? And I'm telling her that if she just knows, first of all, Celine, seriously, this is your soul's work. Nothing is going to stop you. You're going to do this. This is just one step. The fact that you're doing this for real at your age is incredible. So know that, believe that, see that reality for yourself the way I see it for you right now. Other people are seeing it. Julia Neiman is on here right now. She also teaches entrepreneurship to young people. Julia, why don't you tell us in the comments, how many young people do you know who have done what Celine is doing right now? Because I can tell you, gosh, I've had students who went through my entrepreneurship class and then maybe a few years later just built a business. Nothing like this. Nothing. So, and I want that to give you the fuel and the belief in yourself. Because as I'm listening to you, you already know so many more things. You've already done so much more research. And you just automatically have things to add to it. Where all of the other kids are trying to like memorize something to talk about. You don't need to memorize anything. You just need to talk from your heart. So let's read. Julia has a comment for you. She says, Celine, courage is doing a thing even though you know you're nervous. Once you start talking, the fear will disappear and your audience will feel your passion. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, your team is super lucky to have you because you are equipped with the passion. And PJ says, whoops, hi, Mom. Mom, this is a young woman from Turkey who's coming up with a business.
Hello.
My mom is on here. She's coming up with a business solution to rescue people in disaster areas around the world. She's from Turkey. She's been through a disaster in Turkey, and she is for real coming up with a solution with her team. So PJ says, just do it. You are an amazing young woman. Just do it. Anybody else have some comments and some advice? Celine is trying to figure out how to not be nervous. So Zia Rahim says, Celine, don't be nervous. Have faith that everything will come. It's true. Oh my gosh, the number of times that I have gotten up to speak and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. It just flows out of me. And now I've gotten to the point, like, even when I went and gave the talk to you guys for an hour and 20 minutes last weekend, all I did was have 6 little short phrases. I can even show it to you on my phone to remind me that I wanted to talk about those things. I didn't need to memorize anything. It's just my passion, right? Yeah. So now my passion is like just doing its thing because I believe in social impact and I believe in young people and helping them to find their voices. Boom, I'm just doing my passion. So everything I'm saying just comes from me.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, since you're into this entrepreneurship programs and camps, and you have worked with multiple young kids probably until this time. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you think about young entrepreneurs? Like, as far as I can see, you believe in it. This is why you're trying so hard. But how do you make sure that a kid, a 16-year-old kid, has the has the background to do this, has the passion to do this, is able to do this? Like, how do you know this? Because how can you trust it? Like, if you're investing in me, if you're giving me, like, let's say $100,000 to build my project, how do you know that I'm not gonna, just screw it?
That's a wonderful question. Number one, I could feel your energy when I met you, and I knew that you and I were going to go farther and get to know each other a lot more than all the other. Seriously. Number two, you are right. I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of teenagers, and what I know about teenagers is they don't. I'm going to use a bad word. They don't bullshit you. Like, they might try to hustle you and get something out of you, but they don't have time to make something up. Like, why would a teenager want to convince me to give them, like, look, you also have to have faith that adults know a lot more. So we know what we're looking for in anyone. But the difference working with teenagers when it comes to entrepreneurship, like, you're wide open. You are curious. You are dedicated. You are willing to try things, and you don't have the adult mindset. I call it actually adult think. You don't have the adult think that gets in the way. So, like, even the people who are commenting here, they're adults, so they've had adult think. They've made a mistake, they've felt like that was a failure, and then they stop having confidence in themselves. They start believing things are never going to go their way. You don't have that. There's nothing in the world that has told you you can't do this. But I can show you 30-year-olds or 25-year-olds or 40-year-olds who've given up because they failed and they stopped believing in themselves. You haven't. And my belief is that if I can teach you now, and I can teach you that you will fail throughout your entire life, but all failure is just you hit a brick wall because you've got something new to learn. You'll figure it out. You'll learn how to tap into your network and your resources. You'll ask people questions, and you'll get back up and you'll do it again. That is what successful entrepreneurs do, and most people never become successful entrepreneurs. So that's why I work with teenagers. It's why I believe in you guys 10,000%. I also know, I mean, without telling you my whole background, I know how I felt as a teenager. I felt like anything was possible. If I could just get adults to believe in me and listen to me and answer my questions, anything was possible. You in particular, I totally felt your genuine nature, you were so eager to connect with me. You waited.
Yeah.
I mean, you were part of a small group of students who waited and waited like an hour and a half just to talk to me. And then by the time I got to you, you said, the first thing you said is, you going to be here for our pitch too? That was eagerness. That was that teenage drive that most people don't have. Like adults, they might have drive, but it comes from ego. There's no ego in you. There's passion in you. There's curiosity in you. There's just a desire to do something and make a difference in you. And I just saw that right off the bat. So I'm not going anywhere. I am going to put this phone, this poor phone that's still sitting on frozen brownies, I'm going to now put it in a backup battery because it's on low power. So, Seelan, I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Why don't you now tell me and all the people who are watching what you think based on what I just said? While I save this poor phone from dying. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah, everything I just said. Does that give
I don't
you
know.
some...
I actually feel so good, and I want to thank you because, like I said, I was suffering from a very serious social anxiety for a very long time. That let's just imagine a bunch of kids in my age, sitting in a circle and talking about, school and boyfriends and, all the stuff teenagers always talk about.
Yeah.
I was so insecure that I couldn't even feel like I can say hi. And now I'm here. Like, it might not be a big number, 15 people here watching us, watching me, and talking to me. And this record will say I could never be able to do that before. This is just like, it's not maybe it's not a big deal for anyone, but it's a big deal for me, and like it's progress. So I'm so glad to see this. And I'm so glad that you gave me this chance because how I'm going to, expand my limitations.
I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I have to plug in the battery. I have things to say, but if I don't, we're going to lose this video, and I don't want to lose it because this is amazing. Okay. And look at the comments because these comments are for you.
Okay, let me...
I'm here, guys. I'm just going to fumble around for a minute. Whoops.
Where did I find your twin? I have no idea.
What's the question?
Where did you find my twin?
Who said that?
Whoops. Alicia Durfey.
Oh, Alicia. Where is she?
Oh my comment section.
Durfee. Yeah, she is kind of your twin. Alicia, do you want to be part of helping this young woman change the world? What do you think, Alicia? She's amazing. She needs more adults to support her. Let's support her. All right, who else do we have here? Okay, yeah. Mason says, don't thank us, sweetie. You don't need to thank us. This is our job. As adults, as big brothers, big sisters, and teachers and mentors, this is literally why humans live in community and connect with each other. The older ones help the younger ones. It's just how it goes. You don't owe us anything. You will make a better place for all of us. Right, Mason?
This is a very healthy way to look at things, and I'm like so glad that there are people like you in the world. Because back in Turkey, there are very people who are really willing to help teenagers also. I'm not gonna, say something bad about them, but generally speaking,
Oh, I know.
I was so worried about going to someone who was older than me and talk to someone like that, because they always think that you just don't know what you're talking about. You are, like, just
Mm,
just speaking, and you don't know what you are going to do in the future. You're not actually passionate. You just want money. You just want some success and stuff like that. And it's not a good way to, look at someone. It's
yeah.
weird.
It's hard because you're ahead of everybody else. And it can be lonely to be like you before everybody else gets it. And this is exactly why I want to be there, igniting that spark inside teenagers, so that if it's in them, like it's clearly in you, they'll have the confidence and they'll have some insight about how to do it. And in the process, they'll connect with older people who can support them. So I know what you're saying. In so many parts of actually everywhere in the world, even in this country, so many people are focused on superficial things that don't matter. They're not thinking about helping people, even if they live in disaster areas. They focus on what are they wearing, what's the brand of their purse, have they done their nails, how many, pairs of sneakers do they have? None of that matters. That's just a maturity thing. So you, my dear, are simply an old soul in a teenage young woman's body doing this work, and you're doing it now so that you can do it so much longer.
Yeah.
You're going to do it. I mean, think about it. If you live to be 85, that's 70 more years of your life. If you live to be 105,
Like, no more.
years of your life. Yeah. So just trust, and now that you're connected to me and my classroom and Future Hack, you're going to find so many adults who can and will help you, because you're not doing this for you.
No.
That's clear. Oh, you can let him out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I only put him in there for yours. The whole world knows that yeah, that's fine. That's my cat. He was in the bathroom because anyway, he's out of the bathroom, so you might hear him.
Mhm.
So, sweetie, first of all, you're doing so amazingly well, so beautifully. And welcome to your tribe. You're finding people who get you. And they're not going to look like you, and they're not going to live where you live. This is why I built my classroom, because there are people all over the world who feel this and need support and need community and need to find people who can help them believe in themselves. And you're the youngest one so far.
In your classroom?
You're the youngest one in the classroom who's gotten this far, absolutely.
Okay, I'm so glad to be
Yeah,
here.
you are. Hi, Tracy Carter. So, Von Marie. Von Marie was one of my students. So Mason Hajar, he's all over this. So you guys should definitely connect. I'm sorry. I'm getting so much.
Going so fast. I cannot catch it. Like, I just came here maybe 9 days ago, and
Yeah.
now, like, I have so much connections that I cannot track. It's getting so fast.
Do you have a LinkedIn profile yet?
I have a LinkedIn account with nothing inside. I need to put some work I have done until this time.
Okay. For now, just put up the minimum, just whatever you can, because you want to start connecting with all of these adults.
Okay.
Okay. And let them find you. And what I'm going to do with this video, when someone, my assistant, puts it all together into one video tomorrow, even though it was a little bit crazy because of all the technology issues, and you were fine. You held still. I'm the one who my phone was flipped up and down, and I had to take this off and put the battery on. I actually, when the other video died, I actually put my phone in the freezer hoping it would not die, but it did.
Okay.
Um, so I know you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now. That's okay. I want you to think of that as excitement, because that's all it is. You're just not used. You're just not used to this kind of excitement. You've never been exposed to this.
Yes.
And the what you're calling anxiety um, is excitement.
Might be, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, it is. So just reframe it in your mind. That feeling, it's just excitement. And if it helps, when you feel it and you're in your head, you're like starting to shut down because you think it's anxiety, jump up and throw your arms up and say, I'm excited.
Okay, this is a good advice.
Yes. So this is something that I do with my clients. It's reprogramming your mindset. It's literally called it's NLP, neural linguistic programming. So you say the words and then follow through with that jumping up and saying, I'm excited. This feeling is excitement. You are literally retraining neural pathways in your brain to associate that feeling with excitement rather than anxiety.
Okay.
Okay?
It might be true, yeah. Okay.
Now, so you tell me, what is excitement?
For me,
Tell me, yeah, what's excitement?
it's the feeling of that I need to do so much and I have so much energy that I cannot sit. And if I just spend my time for something that doesn't necessarily I'm not interested in and it's not important for me, I feel like, I'm so exhausted, I'm so frustrated, what am I doing and stuff like that. If I'm at that mode, it's excitement for me. I'm speaking so, loud and speaking very in a fast way. I am being like, what are we going to do next and stuff. This is excitement for me.
Yeah. See? You just described excitement. It's not anxiety.
Yeah.
You described excitement, joy, like anticipation, and you followed through by describing the things that you feel like you want to do. Like you've got energy and you want to get up and you want to do things. That's what you're feeling. We live in a world, and this is true, education around the globe makes you sit still in a room for 12 years of your life and listen to other people and do boring work that you can't connect to any meaning anywhere in your personal life. And so you learn how to be bored and you learn how to, memorize. And then when the real thing happens that you should be doing in life, like getting excited and becoming an innovator early in life to do something that means something to you, you haven't learned how to associate all of those feelings, So we're going to do the neuro-linguistic programming to retrain this feeling.
Okay.
Not anxiety, it's excitement. My God, girl. I want to be working at the UN with you someday. I feel like
Possible, like because when you say it, I don't wanna, say something disrespectful, but it's a little bit funny for me because like it's UN, like how can I work with them?
so. Who else should work at the UN?
I
Shouldn't it
don't
be
know,
some?
like people who are really like dressing beautiful and speaking and looking gorgeous. Those
What does
people
that
should
have to
really
do
know.
with saving the world?
What?
What does that have to do with saving the world? Looking
It doesn't
gorgeous
have
and
much to saving the world, but it has a lot of things to do with media. So I
see
I'm
that?
sorry.
No, wait, no, you're not wrong. You're just describing this unfortunate world that we live in right now. You were literally born into this life to do it different and to save and fix this world, because we have been taught that it's all about pretty people
Yeah.
and people who are famous and people who wear the right labels and have a lot of money. It's not. It's about people who live with compassion and have ideas that will help other people and people who get excited. And I want the UN to be filled with people who at the age of 16 or 17 or 18 had a brilliant idea for saving the world and they just worked on it. They just tried to find answers. And when they fail, they didn't stop. They just kept going. My whole life, my whole career has been about trying to do what I'm doing, teaching teenagers and young people all of these skills. Entrepreneurship is just a piece of it. I have hit so many brick walls. I have failed at getting people to find money to pay for what I come up with. I have failed and failed and failed and failed, but I won't stop because I believe in it. And I fail because the world isn't ready for me yet. The world's starting to get ready for me now. You're evidence of that. But the reason I failed is because school systems haven't been ready. Here we are. Here we are. You are here to break the mold. You are here to disrupt. You're here to show the world a new story and to fill the UN with young, brilliant, compassionate people, regardless of what they're wearing, regardless of anything other than what is in their heart to do.
Okay. Okay, you're like very compelling. I believe in you.
Well, I hope you're really feeling this. That's like, you don't even need to say anything. You can just sit there and nod or sit there and feel like, oh my God, she's turning my world upside down. I've had 9 days of my world turning upside down. I thought she was just going to help me with my pitch.
Yeah, like I thought she was just helping with my pitch. I wasn't intended to get in the UN. Like,
here you are. Well, you know what? That's one more thing I'll say to you. You will end up talking to every person and going to every place you are meant to go in your life. You don't have to fight for it. It will happen. As long as you take the steps, open the door, send the email, make the phone call, do the first steps, the doors will open for you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay? So you believe in you and just do what you can. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to do, you can't do everything yourself. You can't. So you already know you've got me on your team, you've got PJ on your team. And I think you've got a lot more fans who've been watching this. Go through the comments, read them, and you might have some friend requests. You don't have to ask friends. It's up to you. You can actually turn on your follower function on Facebook so that people can just follow you.
Okay, might be, yeah.
Okay, good. So just do that. I mean, you're so busy right now and you're really young. I think it's better for you to let people follow you and be amazed by you until you actually build friendships. Then you can make them friends, you know?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I'm not checking social media that much, to be honest. It just stays there.
Yeah. Well, that's how I wish I could live, but Facebook is my tool, you know?
Yeah.
The world.
So, like, lots of people out there, billions of people.
Yeah. So, Celine, is there anything else I can help you with?
I believe like for now you have already done much. Like the best thing you can do for me is to work with my mindset. And if I get exhausted, if I get, if I lose my belief in me, if I feel like I am trash, I'm not able to do anything, and stuff like that. And if I start saying it, the best thing you can do is to keep me on track. And you're already doing that, so like, thank you. It's just now it's up to me working harder and harder.
You just made me cry. Oh my God. You know why? No, you know why?
Why?
I'm going to cut out this piece of the video for the whole world to see because you just did what I want every young person to do, which is just ask for what you need and stop feeling like adults aren't supposed to be there to help you. And you just said very clearly and very beautifully exactly what it is that you need. That is what adults should be doing for young people. You did. You made me cry because that's my dream. I want the world to be like this. This whole call.
Like, whole world takes time, but you have me.
I have you. Yeah. Oh boy, we're not. Yes, this is going places for sure. Wow. I am so impressed with who you are. I don't think I've never cried during a live broadcast.
I'm
Have I?
sorry, I didn't meant to, really. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, don't apologize. This is something that I tell people everywhere. Never apologize for crying, because crying just means that you are so filled with love that it's just coming out of your eyes. That's what that was. This is literally my dream. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because you said what it is that you need, and this is up to us to give you what you need. So I am here to give you more neurolinguistic programming to help you change your mindset and help you see things differently, because you've been trained
Yeah,
for the first
yeah.
yeah, you've been trained to be disempowered and afraid and feel like you don't have the right to ask people older than you for what you need, and that is not true. So you and I are going to break the paradigm, and then we're going to make sure that we keep breaking that paradigm. So when you are 10 years older and when you're my age, you're going to make sure that you are that person for young people, right?
Yes.
So, all right, we've got people who agree. Yeah, yep. Crying means it's so true. I do. So, Ethan says he's 29 years old. You've got lots of fans here, sweetie.
Thanks.
Yeah, you.
Oh, sweet.
So, all right, we're going to help you change your mindset. And in my classroom, I want you to post anytime you have a question. If you want to record a video and like tell us, here's what I need help with, record a video, post it in the classroom, you'll get feedback, okay? I have not found a teenager yet brave enough to use my classroom this way, but I want someone to. So I want you to be that brave teenager, okay?
Okay.
So seriously, all night tonight, while you're working on this, when you're, getting closer to your pitch, just record a selfie video, post it in my classroom, say, guys, can you help with this?
Okay.
It can be 60 seconds, it can be 8 minutes, it doesn't matter. Okay? I am so proud of you. You have no idea. We'll talk separately, but I want to make sure I see you again before you go back to Turkey, okay?
Okay, if we can figure a way out, I'm here until 10, and I'm leaving around 7 p.m. So like until then, I would really love to.
On the 10th.
No,
What day
10th of August.
What day of the week is that?
Friday, I believe.
Is this Friday?
Yeah.
This Friday. Okay. Your pitch is Thursday. Okay. We will figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. You guys have, and what time on the 10th are you leaving?
My flight is around 7 p.m. So I need to leave around like 4 or 5 probably.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking? Friday. I think I might send an Uber and have you come over to my home office.
Okay. Why not? I would love to.
I would love to, and then I can do another live broadcast with you, and we can talk about how your pitch went.
Okay.
And how all of Future Hack went, and we can do it in my the rest of the world knows my office with my bookshelf in the background. That's where I do all my videos, except for today because it was 1,000,000 degrees when I got in here. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to make sure that you and I get together and we get to see each other. So I'll bring you to my home office, okay?
Okay.
Celine, proud of you. All right. You've got resources. You've got so many people for the next 3 days. So you are absolutely going to be fine. You're going to knock it out of the park. You're the only one who's gotten coaching from me before you pitch. You have nothing to worry about. Nothing. Okay? But I do know that you guys are super sleep deprived. So I'm going to let you go now so that you can get some sleep.
Okay, thanks.
And just know that you have a whole tribe supporting you right now, okay?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm so
sweetie.
glad, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm proud of you. You took advantage of me when I said, yeah, contact me. I'll help you. You said yes. That's what you need to do for the rest of your life is to just say yes.
I will try my best, but I'm trying something else also. I'm trying to make it work because you don't have to sit here and you don't have to talk with me about this stuff. You don't have to help me and you don't need to support me necessarily, but you're still doing it. And I'm not gonna, make you regret because of you've done all these things. I'm gonna make you proud even more.
God.
I'm gonna make it work. Like the energy you put in me, I can ensure that it will not go, it will not go for nothing. It will work. I can assure you that. I'm gonna do anything to make it work.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm taking my phone off the frozen brownies because it's overheating so that I can clearly talk to you and whoever's watching this because this video is going to go far. I am so proud of you. Everything you just said, you told me you're going to pay it forward. You're going to make sure that whatever it is that you got from this conversation, this crazy video call tonight, you're going to make sure that other people benefit. And that is the most beautiful thing any human can do. It is. We learn something, we get something from someone, and we go that way. And we make sure that we help that person and those people. We don't pay things back directly to the person who helped us. That wouldn't make sense. That makes it a loop, right? We don't need a loop. We need a continual wave. It grows and grows and grows like a tree so that we help everybody.
Yes.
I'm amazed by you. I am amazed by who you are. And I know that everybody else here is as well. Wow. So
I'm a little bit embarrassed.
don't be. That's just, you're a little shy because this is new. You'll get used to it because you are going places, my dear. You will be very successful. You will be well known. People will know your name because you are doing the right thing. You are the right kind of person in the world. It's true. And you will stay true to who you are, and you'll continue to do work that matters. And you've already got, I'm looking at Mason Hajar has been watching both of our videos the whole time. And he says, I just want to offer any support. Some people never mean it, but he really means it. So if he can help, and he had to leave Syria, he's now in Kuwait. So he understands the disaster piece and, the refugee piece. And it's something that's important to me. It's important to you. It's important to him. It's important to a lot of us. You're not alone. I promise you. All right. On that note, I could seriously talk to you forever. I feel like you're my little sister. I'm telling you. I could keep repeating myself, but I won't do that. And I'm very good at that. You can ask any of my former students. I repeat myself. Hey, when I'm cheerleading a young person, I'll just go in all the way because I want you to feel so good that nothing can knock you down. That's just what I do.
You're doing it. You're doing it. You can make sure.
And Julia Neiman, she's in LA. She says she's here for you also. So
thank you so much. I'm gonna make it worth it.
So Julia, I'm sure you heard me ask Seelan to make posts in the classroom. Julia and I have been waiting to find a teenager bold enough, confident enough to do this. So it's you. It's you. All right, my dear. Thank you, everyone, for watching this. Thank you, Seelan, for being so brave tonight and for having such a brilliant beautiful heart and an open mind, and for dedicating your passion, your compassion to the world and to other people who are suffering. You're amazing.
Thanks.
You're gonna do great. Just wait till you go back and watch this video. Oh my gosh. And I will see you Friday. Okay?
Okay.
Promise. Just
Okay.
connect with me. Okay.
So here's the thing. I'm trying to get a appointment from someone from MIT, and he's also working at plasma reactors and stuff like that. If I can get an appointment, and if it's on Friday, then we just need to change the hours. But I promise I will see you at some point.
Just let me know. I mean, you've got till like 4 p.m., right? So you'll
Right, yeah, around like that, yeah.
Before you have to go to the airport. So you're close to the airport. I'm close to Tufts. I'm 5 minutes from MIT. So it'll happen easily.
Nice.
I live in the city, okay? Okay. So just message me offline when you have a moment. But right now, I think it would be good for you to just sit in this and really feel what has come out about you and who you truly are today.
Okay.
Even though it came out of my mouth, I just see you. And I'm not wrong. When I see someone's true heart and soul and what they're here to do, I'm right. Okay? All right, my dear. I think on behalf of every single person watching this and everybody who has and will watch this, I'm going to say thank you for being a hope for our planet. And I'm proud of you. I'm so glad.
Thank you.
All right, my dear. And I hope you get sleep tonight.
I hope also.
All right. I will see you very soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. And by the way, if you've been watching this, my virtual classroom is amycarriersclassroom.com. It's a virtual classroom on Facebook. It's free. I have mentors who are experts in their field, 15 of them from all over the world. And they teach for 1 hour a week. There's a schedule at the top of the pinned post in the group. Anyone is welcome to join. I want more teenagers to join. And it's just an open free group here on Facebook. We have 6,000 students from 93 different countries, so why don't you join us? And now I'm going to go to bed. Seelan, I'll talk to you soon, my dear.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.